What's up, guys? Case here from Fort Braille CrossFit, coming at you with WOD Tip Wednesday this week. Today's topic is push-ups. Push-ups are the first pressing movement that we teach in our on-ramp program. Probably the most fundamental of pressing movements because the principles that apply to a push-up, those motor patterns are going to transfer over into really any other press that we do. So what's so funny back there, camera lady? Are you okay? All right, we're gonna keep rolling. So on push-ups, I'm gonna go ahead and just demonstrate a couple and then we'll talk points of performance here. So your standard push-up's gonna look like this. Now, first things to talk about. Foot position. You want to be about hip width apart, maybe feet together. That way we can keep nice tight quads, tight glutes. If I get my feet too far apart, I'm not able to keep the core tightness that I need to keep that nice plank position and to support my body. Once I'm in that tight position, plank position, hands are just a little bit outside of my shoulders and they're back down to my sides. And reason being is when we press, really in any position, but we can start to learn this concept with a push-up, we want to have a vertical forearm. So when I'm down in this position, my forearm is almost straight up and down, my shoulder is retracted, that way I'm keeping that front head of the shoulder out of the way. I've got that nice tight core we talked about, and then I can drive up from this position. So a lot of times when we see people press, they tend to get out in this wide position, and then as I come down, I have an angle on my forearm, and I'm in a bad pressing and a bad shoulder position. So hands are back tight to the sides, forearm straight up and down, quads, glutes, and stomach tight. That way as I press, my chest, quads, and chin all touch the ground at the same time, and my chest, quads, and chin all leave the ground at the same time. A cool little trick that we've seen Kelly Starrett do, and we'll have athletes do it here sometimes, is to test to see if you are in the proper push-up position. You can do a push-up with your fingers turned back towards your knees. And what this does is it blocks the wrist and it forces you to have an upright forearm position. So this is a cool little test you can do. Come down in this position with those fingers turned straight back, and this should be about what your shoulders feel like whenever you're executing a standard push-up. So in this position, I've got that straight up and down forearm that we keep talking about. The last thing to mention is when we scale push-ups, we're not big fans of having people just go to knees because if I'm in this knee push-up position here, I can't actively keep my core as tight as I would be able to if I'm in a standard push-up position. Plus, if people do knee push-ups, more often than not, they stay stuck on knee push-ups and they never really progress onto your standard push-up. So, what we like for people to do to learn to scale strict push-ups is they're still gonna set up in their standard push-up position. They're gonna lower down with good principles, and then from here to get back to the top, if they need to, they can use their hips and their back a little bit just to snake up just enough to be able to press to the top. So they don't over-exaggerate, but they use the hips, the back, and the core a little bit to go ahead and drive themselves off the ground. And that way they're keeping good push-up principles throughout. That's it for WOD Tip Wednesday this week, and we'll see you guys next week.